you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We are so excited to have you on our monthly double digit. This is a very special one because normally we have the double digit for our subscribers. It's a live Q&A that we have every month, and you are certainly welcome to join us each month.
West Indies.
You're distracting me. I'm trying to get through this.
I was looking at the chat window.
This is the story of my life. So if you are joining us for the first time, we are live streaming with Zoom, and if you've never live streamed with Zoom, it requires a lot of bandwidth, so you'll want to make sure that everything else is closed out on your machine, all your other windows, all your other applications. You don't need anything else but the Zoom window. If you experience any freezing in the window, if you experience Randy walking through the back of the image... Oh, there he is.
Hi. Hi. Yes. Hi. Hello.
If you experience any audio, let us know in the chat window. And typically what happens, if it's on our end, a lot of people will start chiming in. But if it's on your end only, the best thing to do is to go off and come back in. If you're still experiencing it, just turn off the camera. We send out a replay. You'll be able to hear the replay, watch the replay later on. Do you see how?
See what you have to deal with?
Yeah.
2020, the year of play. Yes.
The year of play. All right. So one thing that I do want to, and I want to welcome all of our subscribers, our Adironnda family. We are so...
Oh, makes us cry.
We're so grateful for you. We just love you so much, and we're so appreciative that you're spending your New Year's afternoon with us. Happy 2020 to everyone. This is a live Q&A, so if you have any questions, please put your questions in the Q&A box. That's the only place that I answer questions from. I don't answer them from the chat window, just simply because the chat window starts moving and I can't keep track of it. And I think the most special thing about these broadcasts is when Randy's with us, you will get a live recorded music activation that he channels while Marilyn is doing the spoken activation. And if it doesn't sound great on the live video, it's because it's really hard to get perfect audio with the webinars right now.
Yeah, you may not hear it very well here, but on the replay, I'm recording it professionally, so for the new people, that will be flown in, and it'll be really, really good.
So if you're on Facebook, you definitely want to get registered, get on the registration link, because we will give you the link to be able to download that activation. And the activation is for 2020.
Yay!
It's for the whole year. It's for that whole loop around the sun that the Earth is about to take, right? What is it, 56 million miles or something like that? I love surprising them.
She just make that up.
I think she did.
No, you can Google it. It's the
okay.
truth. Yeah, it takes 56 million miles for Earth to travel around the sun, and that's like the equinox. That's like solstice to equinox. I love surprising them. Anyway, I am going to turn this over to Marilyn Harper, my business partner, my best friend, and right now my roommate, and our other best friend, Randy Luna. So that are you guys going to do the activation again, or are you going right into the channeling?
We're starting all over. We have a whole host of new people on.
Okay, so those of you who were on before, you get like a double hitter here. Woo-hoo. This is so cool. You know, that must be the hidden message.
Double header?
Yeah, because it's all about partnership, right? And doubles. Okay, I'm turning it over to them. I'll see you later.
Okay, I'm moving over.
All right.
I'm taking my hat off.
Yes. Much better. Where'd she go? Oh.
Wow,
I don't know.
That was good.
Don't ever expect
Slipped
it.
into another dimension.
I did. Slipped into another dimensional realm.
Oh, righty.
Oh, so take a deep breath and let me get out of the way and we'll just go again. Woohoo. I deliberately clear and seal this space. On all realms, above and below, around each person that's listening now live with us, and each person that listens in the future, and us. And I hold the intention that only energy from the light can possibly enter. I am so grateful to be a direct channel for the Holy Spirit and the cosmic Christ consciousness. I'm so honored by the presence of each of our master guides, teachers, angels, of all the people that are here online with us live, and all who listen in the future. I know that those guides and angels hold the intention that all healing, all information, all releasement, all transformation, all integration is for each person's highest good and highest joy. I am so thankful to be able to step aside my own personal beliefs and paradigms, my own programs, my own ideas and contracts, so that all information that comes through is clear, concise, and succinct. I do open the Akashic records. So if necessary, we can indeed see past, present, and future as we flow divinely in to 2020. And for this I give thanks. So it is good day to you again, huh? Here we are, 1/1/2020. A new day, a new realm, a new decade. We had the discussion this morning with someone that thought the new decade would start a year from now. But it starts now, in this moment, in this energy, in this focus, for you. With that, indeed, that infinite vibration of 2020, this year, is about structuring your mastery in that divine partnership with that which you are building. And in that divine partnership, in that which you are building, we are holding that energy flow so completely that your light is shining ever so brightly like a radiant comet, soaring through the galaxy. And as it is soaring through the galaxy, each note on this recording carries an encodement of a soul language that is specifically for you. Take a deep breath. Ashok makia. I eat numakanu. Ali akini Ekni. Osia. Ono. Wata. Yenai. We know with each encodement of the language of light, we ask for translation. As your heart is listening, you are united into one. Your energy is expanding as the comet and radiating out beyond where you thought possible, as two become one. As two become one. As two become one, united in union with the galaxies, in connected love. Breathe that in. Oh, we are honored by your presence. Namaste. Namaste, Randy Luna. Ah, yes. You see, with the Master Randy Luna, it does much more than just a few notes on the piano, because with his energy encoded in it, because he is a galactic being who knows, he's very big. Is a galactic being of light. If you didn't want to know what an extraterrestrial looks like that's in a human body, it is the Master Randy Luna. For you see, in that energy is the encodement of what is happening in 2020. Now let us look at what is 2020 going through. For this is a part of the state of the universe message. And we will indeed have a longer activation at the end, after the question and answer. So in that energy, feel the focus of just the 2020. So you add those numbers up, which equal a 4. Now that 4 comes through and tries deeply to organize itself into a structure without any foundation. It is asymmetrical in appearance. So the 4 is building in that focus on anchoring the structure of who you are. The 4 is also looking forward in balance, looking forward, attempting to stay in balance, even though there is no strength or foundation. That is where structure comes in. So with your focus in this year of 2020, we ask you to just pay attention to all methods of your structure, all methods of your organization. If you think you're not having enough money, it is because the organization and structure of your money is not serving your highest good. If you feel like your foundation in your house needs a little bit of work, pay attention to the foundation in your life. If things start sort of breaking apart around you, it is because the structure has not been paid attention to. So take a deep breath over that. It is time to define what it is that you are choosing to create in this world. And by defining it, we do not mean limiting it. We will get to that point. For the infinite that cannot be defined, that the linear brain would like to define. But first, let us look at those 2s. 2020. There are people that said that the world would never get to this point, that it would be gone in 2012. But it is not. It is bigger and better than ever. So the key is those twos. A 22 is we've got tinkling over here on the keyboards, huh? The 22 is the master builder. That is the ultimate definition of a 22. But we're going to break it down a little more differently than that, because we believe that this is your year of building your mastery, which is sort of a reversal or an extension of master builder. So each two represents divine partnership with the duality that is within you. So you are bringing those two things into one. Sometimes the two is a little up and down and bright, light and dark, and heavy and light, and carries that energy of the duality. And what we are asking is that duality to think of as a divine partnership. A divine partnership of holding the intention of the two becoming one. Take a deep breath. What are you in divine partnership with? Who are you in divine partnership with? We are, at this moment, in divine partnership with you, each of you who are online with us. Each of you who are connecting in the new vibration of you. That is who you are in divine partnership with. So all of the people that you see scrolling through in the chat window, and the hundreds of people that are online with us, and the hundreds of people that will listen in the future, maybe thousands that will listen in the future, you are in divine partnership with them and their soul, as you each are becoming one. Now, let's look at that two. It's got that strong line of foundation. And you've got two twos. So it is a complete foundation supporting the energy of the four, which has no foundation. So you've got that strong line of foundation, yet the two is always looking forward. When you look at the way the two is built, it is always sort of peering into the future, but still maintaining the balance and the activation of what it is right now. You are in context with that too. You are in that too being the master builder. You are in that too connecting with all things and all people that you are in divine partnership with. That means your friends, your relatives, your neighbors, the person at the market, the person in the clothing store, the person in the airport, the person in the bus terminal, the person that you don't know that you make eye contact somewhere, in a restaurant, in a stadium. You are in divine partnership with each of them. Now, take a deep breath. As you look to the galaxies, you are in divine partnership with the galactic beings of light that are indeed watching this planet. Breathe into that intention. Those galactic beings of light that are seeing into your heart, seeing the earth beings as smaller or less evolved than what some believe that they are. And yet, These earth beings are doing something that has never been done before. First of all, they are moving into a new dimensional realm, if they have not moved it already, without the planet becoming extinct. There's now proof of life on the moon. There's proof of inhabitants, structures that were 30 and 40,000 years ago. Now, you are in also divine partnership with each of them. Take a deep breath. And with that divine partnership, with that essence, you are building the life that you are choosing. And then you've got those zeros. In our definition, the zero is the infinite connection of all things universal. The infinite connection of the universe, the infinite connection of Source, the infinite. It is you partnering with the infinite. And if you didn't get it the first time, then it's repeat 2020. You see, that is the key. That is that energy. That is that focus. That is that divine connection that really only humans are experiencing. That really only the vibration and the frequency as it is raised are experiencing. Now, there's lots and lots of things that are going on right now. Lots of challenges that are coming in right now. Lots of disconnection, problems here and there, people attacking religious order, people connecting with the difficult ways of humanity. Take a deep breath. Anything, we've been telling you this for many years, anything that is not in integrity is imploding upon itself right now. It is a matter of stirring the pot of chaos, raising the chaos to the surface to actually accentuate the higher frequency and the vibration of the new energy on this planet. For you see, that new vibration is the frequency of tomorrow. Take a deep breath. You feel it right now. How many of you were excited when you woke up this morning? How many of you felt 2020? Did we ever think we would make it here? As the vessel Marilyn points out, in her former lifetime, in this lifetime, she taught science fiction. This is what the year that science fiction began. 2020, 2021, 2022, 2030, 2040. In your lifetime. That is why your intention, your focus, and your interconnection of building that union with the infinite is so important. That union with the infinite begins with your own personal mastery, with your own personal evolution. Dearest beings of light, we implore you to realize how important you are to the total scheme of things. you are shifting the consciousness of this planet, one way or another. How would you like to shift it? It is in your power to help scientists find more and more proof of civilizations on all galaxies in this galaxy, and study what is being learned from those civilizations. So this civilization can evolve into the new dimension instead of become extinct, so the new dimension can exist. But dearest, it starts in your own heart. It starts in your own connection. It starts with your mastery. So what does it mean to have that mastery of self? Does that mean that you're never triggered, you're never tweaked, you're never had the buttons pushed, you're never upset about something? No, that is not what it means. You are human. But when that happens, it is not a matter of shoving back in the energy. It is a matter of looking at that energy and thinking, what is that really about? Why is it when someone tells you something that may be very true with your world, and it may not be what you wish to hear, that you push back instead of take it in and look at it, turn it over and think about it? Why is it that your mood may go up and down and up and down and up and down, instead of in that level place of harmony? You see, in that level place of harmony, you're still experiencing all of your emotions. You're still breathing forth in the tearful or anxiety or anxiousness that you are designed to experience. But then you return quickly to that centered place. For it doesn't go in deep and bring up all the trash that happened to you 20 years ago or 5 years ago or 2 years ago or even 1 year ago or 57 years ago or 67 or 82, whatever your divine agelessness is. You see, in this new age, our past is no longer defining us unless you choose to have it define us. Your past is no longer defining you unless you choose for that. Now, when you look at that statement, when you listen to that statement, you ask, what does that mean if your past is not defining you? For in your past, you learn how to put on your pants, you learn how to put on your shirt, you learn how to comb your hair, you learn how to smooth the hair back down, you learn how to look into the camera, you learn this and that from the past. But is that defining you? You see, there is a separation of old trash that is not in the integrity of your divine soul. That is where that duality is. Some of the trash and some of the not trash. And what we are asking is for you to integrate that trash so totally and so completely that it no longer defines you. And you only acknowledge those parts of your essence that are connected to the infinite. That big zero. What does it mean when you fully realize you are that infinite? You are that essence of acknowledgement of all that is infinite on this planet. So if you are in physical or emotional pain, it is a part of the infinite that you get the opportunity to ask why and move beyond it. If you are in service with your own mastery and in service to humanity, that is the new frequency. Service to yourself and service to humanity. You see, that is the duality, yourself and humanity. One or billions. That is the key. 2, 2. Now, when you add 1, 1, 2020, that is then the 6. And the 6 is creating new ideas, creating new energies, having a conscious awareness of the structure of your material possessions, and knowing that you do not need to have a pile of material possessions just to quantify or verify that you are an effective, good, successful person. That sometimes that 6 just realizes that it can become pregnant with new ideas simply by sitting and looking at the lake. And be pregnant with those new ideas and then utilize that 4 to take those new ideas and add structure to them. So write down in the chat what it is you are adding structure to right now. What it is that you are connecting to right now. What it is that you are acknowledging in this 2020 year. What it is that you are expanding in this 2020 year. We know the joy is launching Solopreneur, something that we have been telling her about since 2010. Vessel Marilyn is launching the certification for her holographic healing and Channelers Academy. Because you see, each person here is a channel of divine energy. Each person here is that connection of humanity. So by typing in what you are holding, then the Vessel Marilyn and the Joy will print those out and place them on the altar of creativity for this entire year. Is that all right?
That's great.
Yes, for you see, we are each in divine partnership. We are assisting in you amplifying, understanding, breathing in to your next step, to your wisdom, to your volume. Our Vessel Marilyn asked what she was living this year. We gave her infinite wisdom. That is her quest to receive and live. The Joy asked the same question. And hers was
Love reflection.
love reflection. So between the two of them, they are carrying both that duality and acknowledging that energy. Dearest, we know that if you each understand and breathe into what you are building in this next year, that you are allowing that focus of the new ideas to come in with that 6 and focus in the structure of the 4 and expand in building the mastery that is within you as you are the master builder of your life. That infinite is coming through the divine perfection of you. We know that the planets are aligning up in new ways this year. We know that there's eclipses and solar eclipses and lunar eclipses and blah, blah, blah. You can read those when you Google them. Our intention is to clarify that which is in your soul and what is happening there for the year of 2020. And we see the chat window is moving rapidly. We can't read them all. And the joy cannot read them all either. That's why they will print them out and send that focus to them all year. You see, that is where your soul will sing. That is where your soul will soar. That is where your duality becomes one anchored in the structure of that which you are creating and the divine partnership with you and the infinite to build your mastery, whatever it may take. So we know there's question after question after question after question. We see it moving rapidly. And we know that in those questions, the divine answers. We are not going to tell you whether Trump is going to be in office for the rest of his term. We're not going to discuss the political nature. That is for you to find out. But your questions are coming through the universal energy of this year. And know that we do not predict the future. We are seeing that energy and feeling into that which you are divinely creating. And we move aside for the joy to enter.
Oh, she'll be back. Let's see what we've got in the question box. Wow, we got a lot of them, Adironnda.
Yes.
Okay, the first
Pick them
one.
out because they won't all be answered.
That's right. Okay, the first one is, have you said anything about the return of Saturn?
It is returning. Saturn return, we haven't said anything about the return of Saturn because it is not prevailing right now. So keep in mind that the Saturn return is that energy as this planet is moving into its own Saturn return. And the return of Saturn is all structured, so we're not sure which part that you mean, whether it is return of Saturn or Saturn returning. Next question.
I think you may have already talked about this, but I'm going to go ahead and share it with you. The past 18 months has been nothing but transition, blah, blah, blah. The last decade was up and down. Any reason for this, and what is your advice? There's lots of fear around this.
Yes, so where is your fear coming from? Let us scoot over. Where is your fear coming from? Is your fear coming from you're expecting the unknown to be present? Is your fear coming from that you don't seem to have any control over what is happening next? Is your fear coming from what is the next step of this planet? That is not acceptable. Yes, last year, 2019 was the year of the 3. That is the year of change. So everything came up to be reckoned with. Everything came up to be acknowledged. Everything came up to be shifted. Now this is the year when you are coming into divine partnership with that which you are creating. So if you step into the fear, if you step into the energy and the acknowledgement of that fear, that is what you're getting more of, that fear. So we ask you, what would happen if your greatest fear came into pass? And what would you do differently today if you knew that in 3 days your greatest fear was going to happen? Do that anyway, and then release the fear. You see, there's only 2 aspects. You know this. We know you know this. And you're saying to yourself, oh, I know that. Well, obviously you don't. That there's only 2 aspects. And those 2 aspects are exactly what you are creating. With the flow of your energy, because with this 2020, it is moving into a divine flow like this universe has not seen yet. So which are you flowing into, fear or love? And that has the peace side. Huh? We love that. So fear or love. So which is it? We know you are deciding to choose love. But you also get to flow with all of the cells. And every time you feel that fear coming in, stop and say, what is really creating this anxiety? Is it the fact that you don't know if one person is going to be in office or another? You don't know if this is going to happen or that is going to happen? Well, you don't. So get over it. Be here right now. If every single person that listens to this broadcast, which is probably, we don't know how many, if every single person who listens to this broadcast says, I am only going to focus on what makes my heart sing, and I'm going to take those aspects that seem to be opposite from what makes my heart sing and find the song within them so they can indeed be rearranged with love and compassion and infinite wisdom and that love reflection. Can you imagine how the world will be 1 year from now? Let's imagine it. Breathe into that. Because all of that chaos, the universe is stirring the pot of chaos. So change can occur. And the more you focus on the chaos, the bigger it is going to get. Instead, focus on the love reflection. Focus on the infinite wisdom that you are learning through this. Next question.
Is Sirius energy affecting our planet?
Serious?
SIR as the planet. I knew you were going to go there.
Seriously. Seriously, the energy is affecting our planet. All of the planets are affecting this planet. All of the galaxies are watching this planet. So, of course, they are all acknowledging it. The dog is being overlighted by the Syrians to help open the hearts of humanity. Initially, a few years ago, it was just the large dog. Now it is all dog. You can't pet a dog without having your heart open. And if you are afraid of dogs, ask yourself why. They are being overlighted because the Syrians know, and they have learned from the humans, that the heart has to be opened. That connective force has to move and radiate at such a level that what you'll see just by meditating, just by going into the stillness, just by acknowledging who you are in that stillness, you are shifting the air and the energy around you, just as if you hold a glass of water or a bottle of water, and that bottle of water has the intention of gratitude on it, as Dr. Emoto proved. You are doing the same with the air around you as the Syrians are assisting. Yes.
Great answer.
Thank you.
How does the 2020 look for Brazil, Adironnda?
Brazil is the country of opposites. So you've got that big stretch of duality in Brazil. That is why we are going there. We will need your help. For you see, in that giant stretch of duality, you are bringing in the oneness and take a deep breath, dearest. Moving into the destruction of that which is not in integrity. So it may feel like it's getting worse before it gets better. However, the focus of that divine country is a part of the foundation of the Americas. And it is uniting with South America, Central America, and North America as a united force of light that the opposite side of the planet is expanding back and sort of meeting in the center. So it is a part of that anchor. As you, dearest, are called to be in Brazil, you are indeed anchoring that light. So we ask you, gather people together. Keep your meditation groups. Keep your groups. Bring in a group once a month and listen to the double digit. Bring it and discuss it or whatever. Bring that energy in. Translate it into your language. Portuguese?
Yes.
So Marilyn's very impressed that we know that. Translate it into Portuguese. Translate it so others in Brazil can see how important they are to the evolution of this planet. And that will be the key. So step in, dearest Brazilian. Step in and do the dance of light. Next question.
Oh, that's great. Let's see. I think that answered that one and that one. Hello, beloved Adironnda.
Oh, hello, hello.
Thank you for being with us. I know the answer to this one. How do we best clear our negative patterns, energies? Best clear out negative patterns, energies, beliefs, and all that blah, blah, personality, and globally, so personally and globally, so that we all step into a new reality ASAP. My special focus is children and how to serve them in the greatest way. Teach them how to use the awareness bracelet.
That is the new awareness bracelet. This is the old one. Huh?
Yeah.
Transformation.
This is you can use any stretchy one.
But you see, the key to shifting, first you have to be aware. And many thousands of millions and billions of people don't realize that they are creating their reality by complaining about the world. And you, dearest light plurker, play plus work equals plurk. Dearest light plurker, you get the opportunity to be the mosquito that is shifting others. You get the opportunity. Because see, when something starts, when you have an injury, when it begins to heal, it starts to itch. So you are that healing energy. You are that focus. So it starts with you. You can only affect you first. So whenever you are around individuals that all they're doing is complaining and moving forward and hurting others and being judgmental and criticizing others, stop. Ask them ever so gently to just take a deep breath and stop for a moment. Even all people on the planet are realizing that everything is energy. Yes? Mm-hmm. The body has an electrical frequency that science has tested its energy to go out beyond the physical space. And if you explain that to your people that are around you, say everything is energy, so what energy would you like to live in? And how can you live in that frequency when it seems that everything is chaotic around you? As Sekhmet says, from chaos comes change. Last year was the year of change. So we still have a few dregs of that chaos coming round about us. So in that focus, how strong is your spiritual practice? How strong is your attention? How strong is your intention? Are you indeed sitting in your home and meditating and doing a spiritual practice 90 minutes a day and then going out and returning to your old habits? That is duality. Or are you spending your 90 minutes a day in spiritual practice? Yes, 90 minutes a day. That's the new frequency. Was the old frequency too. 90 minutes a day. And then going out and seeing how you can live that. And how you can ever so gently help others learn that without being judgmental yourself. And see, that is the key. Because there's the rub. Because when you are saying, oh, you are bad because you do this, know that when you point that finger, that you are pointing 3 of them back at yourself. So you get to learn that lesson as well. Because judgment is one of the problems. So instead, help them learn how you are mastering yourself and are learning to be the master, the wise being of light that you are choosing to be. And live that. And know that as your radiance and vibration increases, the frequency of all who are in your presence also shifts. Next question.
It's true. I know that firsthand.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Will the 22 or 4 energy affect persons with the same corresponding numbers differently or more intense?
What do you mean by that question?
I think what she means is that if her numbers personally add up to 22 or 4, does that mean that it will magnify it or lessen the energy?
It magnifies the energy because it is doubly that. It is double that energy. When you take your birth date, the vessel Marilyn is 311, which is a 5, and add that to the 22, which then becomes a 27, which becomes a 9. So that is ending of that cycle. So know that when you have the same birth year, the same energy, that magnifies that intention within you. Next question. There's lots of questions, so you're going to get the opportunity to read through them all you
Yeah.
want, huh? We're going to scoot over.
There seems to be a lot of bad colds going around. Is this a download or another virus we are subjected
As the vessel
to?
Marilyn sniffles, she was fine earlier, but for some reason when she comes into Master Randy Luna's presence, her nose gets bad and good and bad and good and bad and good. So your question is about there's lots of colds. We see that it is truly about being stress related. It is truly about acknowledging your own spirituality and not absorbing the energy of others. It is truly about when you absorb the energy of others, it deteriorates your own immune system. And as it deteriorates your immune system, then there becomes a problem. That is one thing that is going on. Another thing that is going on is that the weather of the planet is shifting. In Missouri, it is January 1, and they've not had a hard freeze yet. Or maybe they had a short one, but it was not a serious freeze for a length of time to, kill off the floating things that are in the air. That is what science may explain. But understand that the weather patterns are shifting. So therefore the environment of you are shifting along with that, and your body is learning how to adapt to new focus, new energy, new frequency. So as your body is learning how to adapt to that new frequency, you get the opportunity to bolster up your energy just a bit more. To ask yourself, a cold is about acknowledging the busyness in your world and having a difficulty in dealing with it. Now keep in mind that each 24-hour time period now feels like it is like 8 hours or 9 hours. And you have to sleep in the middle of that process and eat. So that is why the human feels like they're in a constant state of running and catching up and running and catching up and running and catching up. That is why we still say, even if you only have 9 hours a day and you have to sleep in that process, spend 90 minutes of it in prayer, meditation, sacred energy, writing, holding that focus of being in the stillness, feeding your soul, because you will need to. So in that energy, as you are feeding your soul, hold that connection. Hold that intention. And then take action. The vessel Marilyn and the Joy are making a commitment to each of you as you are adding your intentions to the chat window, to hold that intention of coming to fruition in this year. Know that you are a part of the universe. You are part of that which is stepping forward. And it is a wondrous, wondrous thing. So ask yourself, how are you acknowledging your health? How are you bolstering up your physical body? How are you learning to breathe with new air? How are you becoming more flexible with the changing weather patterns? Sit in the stillness and ask, what is your next step? Next question.
You're going to love this question.
I love all questions.
What is a good reference book or website for the numerology that Adironnda uses?
Double digitology. Isn't that what it's called still? The Secrets of the Universe. Do we have that up yet?
Almost. The book, Robbie's done the cover. Now we just got to get the insides uploaded to Amazon. It should be out in January for sure. I know we've been saying that forever, but
We have been
we're
saying it
this
forever.
close.
We are so close, and that is the best acknowledgement because it is like a reference book.
Yeah.
We have many books that are on the docket, and if they're all taking this long for all of them to come through, then it will be a difficult time. But they're going to come through faster. We asked Professor Marilyn, says, you have to change your bracelet, Adironnda.
We hired people. Yes, we expanded our team. Okay.
You see, the vessel and the joy have learned that they cannot do it all themselves, and they have to let go of responsibility. Let go of the energy and let other people that is their job do it. So we are honored by Robbie to get the double digitology all the way up. We are honored by each person that is connecting in that.
And if you're a writer, we're looking for you.
We are looking for, you are looking for a writer.
We are looking
not.
for writers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So acknowledge that. And that is the best book that we know of, because you have the Pythagoras numerology and you have the Tibetan numerology, and you have to read them all in order to understand what numerology is. But what we are seeing is that there is new meaning to numerology.
We don't have to write. We don't have to change the book, do we?
No.
Okay.
That is the new meaning.
Oh.
Next question.
Just a little confusion, a little bit more about the double digits. Just a little confusion. Is 2020 considered a 4-year or is it 22?
Yes. Next question. It is a 4 and it is a 22. For you see, that is the new vibration. By all rights, when you look at the traditional Pythagorean or the Tibetan numerology, it is a 4. That is the foundation. And yet 2020 moves into a whole new cycle of the galaxies, a whole new cycle of information. 2020 is a pinnacle year, a turning point that is now moving the galaxy in a new direction. That is why you take both. In our definition, the 4, which is where we began, is the structure, is the organization, is the realization that the foundation is a bit helter-skelter and missing, and you're always looking towards the future, and everything this year is going to feel like it is a bit...
Sort of like the start of this webinar.
Yes, like the start of this webinar. However, when you look at the 2 2s and the 2 zeros in this year, because it is 2020 all over the universe, all over the galaxy. It is still 2020. When you look at that, you've got that strong foundation and the infinite that is supporting that foundation to help you build the mastery. So in actuality, it is both. It is the year of organization and getting structure behind that which you are focusing on. And it is a year of building what you are focusing on and then building the mastery that is within you. Next question.
Okay. You'll love this question too. Everything is possible?
Yes.
Can you address how we use our mastery to create the world that we want and how we show up in it?
With your focus. What have we been talking about? You see, science is proving that everything is possible, scientifically, energetically. So how you show up every day, how you get out of bed and walk to your coffee pot if you, I don't want to go get up, la, 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 that is creating your universe. If you get up and say, I get to do this again.
Good morning, goddess.
Yes, good morning. I get to do this again. What will happen today? You are creating your universe. So what it is that you are choosing to create. that is coming more and more into play. That is why the vessel and the joy have amplified their clerk shop into everything is possible, how to create anything. That is a big fat statement, isn't it? Yet that is what they are teaching, because they are on a mission. So now what mission are you on? Are you in service to humanity? Are you in connection of all of humanity? We believe you are. So trust that energy. And as you trust that energy, we ask you to hold the frequency that you choose to hold, and realize that the world may look like it's got a different frequency. So they need light plurkers, just as yourself, to radiate out that frequency to such an extent that the world shifts as well. Next question.
I love that.
And we'll see if we can take 2 more questions before our activation.
Okay, let's take one that was emailed in, one of our first questions, and we'll take one off Facebook. How's that?
Okay.
Several years ago, I heard that 1 out of 3 adults would be diagnosed with cancer. This past week, I heard that 1 out of 3 children would be diagnosed with cancer. Is there a larger picture of why this is so prevalent today, and a deeper meaning that you could share with us?
Why are you reading all of that? Why are you buying into it? Several years ago you heard. So if that is your belief system, you're a part of the creation of that. Here we have 3 people right here, and none of us have had cancer. Huh? So understand that intention. Take a deep breath. The media, possibly pharmaceutical businesses, insurance companies, would like maybe for you to believe that 1 out of 3 children are getting this, and 1 out of 3 adults are getting this, and we're all in big state of fear, and all blah, 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 blah. That is all that it is. Cancer is unresolved anger. Hold the intention that the light plurkers come into the place of presence and re-educate to create an intentional universe, not one that is controlled by the media, insurance companies, or pharmaceutical companies. So just because somebody said that once does not mean that you have to buy into it. So be aware of what you believe and who you're believing. Just because you read something does not make it so. So Marilyn picked up a magazine. She loves it. 100 people who changed the course of the world. She was surprised that her name was not in the book, but it will be the next publication. But you see, that is possible. That is possible. But if you believe what you read and what somebody said, that 1 in 3 is going to have cancer, then that becomes possible as well. And that is not what we choose. Next question.
Okay, this is the last question. I think this is a really good question. Is there a certain chakra the collective is needing to focus on now?
The soul star chakra. We are asking you to focus on the soul star chakra, which is above your head. So what we're actually asking you to do is to go from your earth chakra all the way through the balance, all the way through your body, and anchor it in the soul star chakra, which is the higher vibrational energy. We also want to know if we can print out those questions or save all those questions.
I think we can.
And if we save all of those questions, then maybe we can answer them later, because there's a bunch that we
Yeah.
did not get to. But you see, in that balance of the chakras, there's a new energy and a new frequency of the chakras. That the joy ran into on Inside Timer, that energy, and the vessel Marilyn, of course, took it and ran with it. And that is our intention as well. That the root chakra is trust. The second chakra is faith. The third chakra is diligence. The fourth chakra is compassion. The throat chakra is courage. The third eye chakra is patience. And the crown chakra is gratitude. Then the soul star chakra and the earth chakra are the chakras of love. And that is what we are running through your body, if you allow it. Good question, huh?
Yeah, that's new information.
It is new information. So focus on the earth and focus on your soul star, that energy. And if you don't know what those are, the soul star is about 8 inches above your head and the earth is about 8 inches below your feet. Let's activate those chakras.
Yeah, what a perfect transition.
Yes.
Because it can be a planetary activation as well.
And to know that this may be one of the activations in the 52 weeks.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to get out of here so you guys can do your thing.
So you will not be able to hear as much of the notes that you might hear later. So we implore you to go to your customer hub or go to the recording that you will get in your email. If you do not get it in your email, it should go out within 24 hours. If you do not get it in your email, that means that there's a problem, and email us. Dearest beings of light, we are activating your soul, your foundation, your mastery, your connection to the infinite. So breathe into it. Breathe into your foundation. Breathe into the frequency of you. And as it is 4:44 in the Central Time Zone, it is perfect. The 444 angelic realm is connecting with you. Breathe into your foundation, into your earth. Feel your feet as you take a deep breath and send your energy down to your feet. Now, breathe down through your feet into the earth. And feel your body Your energy expanding like the roots of a tree. Anchoring deep into the great Mother Earth and breathing her life force energy up through those roots. That is the structure of 2020, of feeling that foundation deeper than what you thought that it was. That foundation of love and light. That foundation that will help you take all the details of your world that are floating about and align them so they become clear essence of the wisdom that is you. Breathe into that intention. Breathe into that vision of mastery. What does it feel like for you to be the master of your world? What does it feel like for you to connect heart to heart, soul to soul, oversoul to oversoul with the masters, the ascended ones of this planet? I ask you to breathe into that intention as the notes of the music encode you for your mastery. breathe into that. Breathe into that vision of wisdom. You are the infinite. You are laying the foundation of your life. Receiving the wisdom from the ancients and acknowledging that wisdom. Through all aspects of you. We see, we sense that master builder with a complete structure of what we are choosing, acknowledged with a brilliant ideas coming into fruition. We are activating each chakra in alignment. The earth, connected to the soul star chakra. And as that connection to the soul star chakra aligns through the chakras to the earth, the duality of the human becomes aligned as well into one, into that connection, into that frequency, into that vibration, into that focus. And as the soul star chakra carries with it the iridescent white light, understanding the knowledge of the brain, the heart, the throat, the third eye, the solar plexus, the second chakra, the root, understanding the wisdom of each energy center and aligning it into that divine perfection for the perception of one. to feel that gentle flow moving through you as your structure is in a perfect alignment with your essence, is in perfect alignment with your intention, is in perfect alignment with your flow. As you breathe into your health, your well-being, your infinite, your creation, you feel that infinite flow moving from your earth through your body, out your soul, star, and then back again. And to know, as your hands clasp in the prayer position, and you touch your thumbs to your third eye, you are breathing into the mastery of you. And you bring the mastery to your lips. With a kiss of love of yourself, to your throat to communicate that love, and to your heart to align that infinite love within you. For that we are so grateful. We are so honored to be present with you on this planet. We feel that stillness expand as we come to this present moment with gratitude, with infinite wisdom, with love reflected. With the essence of you. Namaste. 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 Yes, thank you. Whew. I guess I need to roll away.
Roll in, roll in. Wow.
I
Powerful.
didn't dare go into activation with that one.
Oh my God.
I figured after how we started, I better just look at something else. I'll listen to it later. That was beautiful, both of you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm so honored to work with both of you.
Same here.
The feeling is mutual.
Yes.
I just love my Adironnda family. Just love, and all of you as well. I mean, if you weren't here, it would just be me and Marilyn. And Randy, he might play with us too, but thank you so much. And happy 2020.
2020.
And thank you so
Yay.
much for spending your New Year's Day with us. We gratefully appreciate you. We do have a brand new product out. If you've enjoyed Randy Luna's activations, we decided to do something different this year with Randy and kind of give him his own little platform. I've got my platform. He's got his platform. And
I
he's
have
rolling.
my platform.
She always had her
You are the
platform.
platform.
She is the platform. That's right. And we have maybe Jenny can put the link into the window so that you can check it out if you're interested. It's a 52-week activation, musical activation, similar to what you just heard. But what Randy does, correct me if I'm wrong, Randy, but he does the numerology for the week. So it works in conjunction with the numerology that you'll get on the double digit. Only you get one every single week of the year for the entire year. And he's just rolled it out. I know he's excited about it. We've been talking about it, not as long as Solopreneur, but we talked about it for about a year, and it has just rolled out. You can join it at any time, but the shopping cart is live now. So if you want to start your year getting an electronically,
up there and
digitally delivered every single week, 52-week activation. If sound, I know sound just sends me into another dimension, and I love it so much. In fact, I love it so much that I couldn't participate this time because I have stuff to do.
the energy's so different. I mean, this is
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. So hopefully Jenny will put the link in the chat window there if you want to join us. And also if you want to contact us at info@Adironnda.com. If you're on Facebook, I don't know if Rhonda's still there. Same thing. If we're the chat link, if the links are not being placed in the chat link, go ahead and send us an email at info@Adironnda, ADIRONNDA.
Two
That's
N's, yes.
ADIRO, 2 N's, NNDA.com. And we will be sure and get the shopping cart link off to you. I think actually while I'm talking, Marilyn's going to grab it and put it into the chat window for the Zoom program.
Y'all are
And-
multitasking. I love it.
I know we're not supposed to,
Well, that's true. We're
but
not.
we really.
somebody
Jenny
already
gave
put
it to
in.
you. Okay,
Yay,
awesome.
thank
Yay,
you.
Jenny. Okay, all right. And with that, Oh, one other thing, we are still the Mission Possible 30-day challenge. If you have signed up with me, keep an eye out for your email later on this afternoon, early evening. We had a little bit of technical challenges, sort of like what happened with the double digit. So everything's getting uploaded. You'll get the email. You may get to the member site before everything's uploaded. Just be patient. It will be there in the next 24 hours, I promise you. And you'll have enough to go ahead and get started. And I, for one, am excited about that. It's like we all like blossomed.
Yes.
2020.
Yes, in 2020. That's the key.
And have fun.
Where's our hats, huh?
Yeah, got their hats. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where's our hats?
Ooh.
Where's your hat, Randy?
Well, Joyce had the black one ran out of gas, so
okay.
y'all do your hats and then
Randy doesn't need any gas.
need-
He's got so much
got my
energy. He's got his blower. And with that, we would like to wish you a very happy, prosperous, healthy, abundant 2020.
Happy New Year.
New Year.
Happy 2020. Acknowledge all that. Namaste, y'all.
And as we like to say at Adironnda, namaste, y'all.
Namaste, y'all.
Namaste.